I want to tell you about a website called Uniplaces. So one of the challenges when you apply for a visa like the D7 to come to Portugal is that as part of your application, you need to have housing secured. This is A, difficult to do from abroad, and B, it can be a really big expense because you have to have the contract signed before you go for your appointment, long before your visa is approved, long before you're in the country. I got really lucky and had a landlord who allowed me to start the contract for the date that I was arriving in Portugal. But a lot of people don't receive that kind of accommodation from landlords, and so they end up paying for several months when they're not even in the property. And that's a big expense, right? So I worked with somebody who was applying for their D7 and they used Uniplaces as their accommodation. This is different than a place like Airbnb because you can get long-term rentals through this platform. It is targeted at students, thus uni, but you can also find full apartments. For example, here's one in Stubal, $895 a month for a full 2-bedroom apartment. Now, some properties are not going to be available to be booked for 12 months, but you can look through the properties, you can filter them, you can make requests to landlords and see what comes through. So I have not used this company, but like I said, I worked with somebody who did. Is there a guarantee that this is going to work at every consulate for every visa application? No. Because unfortunately things change and the people processing your visas are different and certain people accept certain things that other people don't. But you can get 12 months of accommodation through here, so they should accept it. Also, the company is both London and Lisbon based, so it is somewhat of a Portuguese company. Also, if you use this code on the screen, you will get 15% off the Uniplace service fee. Yes, I also get a kickback, but it costs you nothing extra. And you do consume my content for free, so it's just a way to say thanks, right? But regardless, it is a good resource because I know this is something that people struggle with a lot. So have a look, see if it might help you.